This is how to build rapport on a sales call. Now, rapport is extremely misunderstood. A lot of people think it's about getting people to like you. It's actually quite the opposite. It's about getting people to respect you. And that number one comes from some of the, I guess you could call it darker psychology or manipulation, if that's the word you want to use. And number two, from specific word tracks and different things you can say that create that on a call. Now, if you don't know who I am, my name's Andres Contreras, and in the past year and a half, I went from being a 16-year-old kid with $0, completely broke, going to high school, a normal ass kid, to a year and a half later, making $160,000 a month profit as a recently turned 18-year-old as of last weekend, having a community on a mission to make sales education free and accessible to everybody with 13,000 members, and having ran alongside my business partner Yash, the sales team of the largest B2C sales training company in the world that does $3.5 million a month in revenue. So let's get right into it. So the first step, again, is the connection pocket. That's where the psychology, or if you want to call it manipulation, whatever, that's where it comes from. Here's how it works pretty fundamentally, right? We have a buying pocket. A buying pocket is when people don't have too big of an ego to think like, oh, I can fix this on my own, I don't need your help, but they're also not too defeated to where they don't have the confidence in themselves, because then that's what creates, think about it, objections, smoke screens, other things like that. So here's what you do. If you have A-type personalities, people who are very kind of agitated, give you ego, whatever it might be, these people, you gotta give them a reality check. And that reality check of showing them where they're actually at compared to where they thought they were, that'll put them into the buying pocket. At the same time, if you have more of a beta prospect, which would be somebody who lacks confidence, they don't really have a sense of certainty or belief in themselves, then all you have to do is build them up enough to where they feel like, damn, I could actually accomplish this. Like, this is a reality for me. And that'll, once again, put them in the buying pocket. So let me show you how to handle each one and actually accomplish this. With A-type prospects, my favorite line is on a sales call, they'll tell me things like, oh yeah, man, like I'm doing like 500K a month. And I'll be like, 500K a week? Jesus, man, it's like 2 mil a month. It's fantastic. And they'll be like, no, like a month, man. And I'll be like, oh, okay. What do you feel like you need then? To, I guess, go from kind of like that 500K a month to more of like that 2 million a month. What does that do psychologically? If when they tell me 500K a month, I assume it's 500K a week, meaning 2 million a month, their natural assumption that they're gonna have is that I'm typically speaking with and working with people who do $2 million a month, which makes them feel like the small dog. So immediately that's gonna give them a reality check of like, damn, maybe I'm not that guy. Maybe I'm not that guy, pal. And I promise you, try it on a sales call and you'll watch them deflate. They'll become a lot more open with you. Another example of something I do really, really often with A-types to bring them down is whenever they're talking about metrics. So for example, let's say I sell marketing. They're talking about their current CTR. Say it's 3%. All I'm gonna do when they tell me that metric is I'm just gonna be like, why so low, man? Because again, it's gonna do the exact same thing. It's gonna make them feel like, damn, 3% is very low. He's probably used to higher than that, which again, makes them feel like the small dog, puts them down a level and really checks them back to reality, where they no longer think, oh, I'm this amazing dude, I'm doing 500K a month, etc. But now they just think, okay, I'm just like everybody else. I'm normal, I need help. And the reason this works, again, to bring it back to the principle of respect, is that whenever you do this, if they feel like, oh, he's used to speaking to people like me, like I'm a small dog, I'm not actually a big dog, it's gonna make them respect you a lot more and value you a lot more, which essentially is rapport. You don't want them to speak to you because they like you. You want them to speak to you because they respect you and they view you as valuable. That is rapport. On the other hand, whenever you're speaking with a beta personality, you have to build them up. So for example, if I ask them a consequence question of like, hey man, so like for you, what happens if we continue down the current trajectory with XYZ problem for the next 2 days, 2 weeks, 2 months, 2 years, and nothing changes, man? Like, what would that actually look like? And for example, if they go, oh man, well like my son, I wouldn't be able to pay for his private school, so he'd have to go to public school, he wouldn't get the education that I want him to get, etc. Then all I have to do is build him up right there. So I go, and I appreciate you for saying that, man. I can tell you're a great father. Let's say I'm selling marketing and I ask the consequence question and they're like, oh, well, I wouldn't be able to get enough leads for my sales team, man. So like they would keep leaving. And I appreciate you being honest with me. I can tell you're a great employer. All I'm doing is I'm putting an identity label on them to build them up of something good. Because again, once I build them up, not only are they in that buying pocket, but now they respect me, they listen to me. Because when they have belief in themselves and I gave them that belief, that's gonna make them value what I say a lot more because I make them feel good. I cannot stress how important this is. So when you get on a sales call, immediately try and identify which type of person am I speaking to. Is it an A-type? Is it somebody beta or somebody who's already in the middle? And then just the way you speak to them and the little phrases you say to be able to get them into that buying pocket, which in other words, just means that you actually have rapport with them. So that's the first part on the psychology. The second part is how do you actually navigate the calls from the very beginning so that as soon as you get on, they already start to respect you a lot more. And the concept is very, very similar. You wanna get straight to business as soon as possible because it's gonna show them, okay, this guy's time is valuable. He's not here to mess around or talk about the weather or anything else. He's actually here to speak about what we're on the call for. And if his time is valuable, then that means he must be valuable. And if he's valuable, I'm gonna respect him more. And again, what is respect? It's rapport. So here's how you start a call. As soon as you get on, you just go, hey James, can you hear me? Can you see me? They'll be like, yeah, I can hear you, I can see you. Cool, man. Well, it looks like you booked a time about like possible help with like XYZ goal. Is that about right? For example, if I sell fitness, it looks like you booked a time about like possible help with kind of like losing some weight, getting in better shape, all that jazz. Is that about right? If I sell marketing, it looks like you booked a time about like possible help with kind of fixing your marketing so like you could get more leads, more clients, grow the business, all that jazz. Is that about right? They'll say yes. And then we just go into the rest of the questions of the intent stage. But again, what that shows them is I am here for business. I am not here to mess around. My time is valuable and we're here to speak about what we're here to speak about. Now, this is kind of the general synopsis of how to build rapport on a sales call. The other extremely important part is if you're not asking the right questions after here in the intent stage and even logical certainty, emotional certainty in the pitch, then they're gonna feel like you're saying fluff or you're not asking important questions, which will naturally break that respect in the rapport. Now, as I mentioned earlier, I'm on a mission to make sales education accessible and available to everybody completely for free because it changed my life and I wanted to change yours. So if you look in the description below, I'm gonna put the link to a group that has free sales training going over a bunch more stuff like this, all the questions you need to be asking in your sales interactions, offers that you can start selling for as soon as tomorrow, making commission regardless of experience, free coaching sessions that we run, even friggin' sales call recordings of me and my business partner Yash, who's making $120K a month in straight commission selling at 12% at the age of 18 years old. So if you either feel that'd be helpful for you or you just wanna be part of the mission and keep growing it because you like the idea of it, go to the description below, click join, and I will see you on the other side. God bless.